Joy. Joy. Joy to the fishes, deep blue sea.
All right, we got a long.
I remember this song. I was in 5th grade.
Loved it. I loved it. This was my favorite song, believe it or not.
It
I know
was
you
my
think I
favorite
always
song.
listen to Anne Murray and Bread, but I
No,
did
but
listen
you know
to
what?
some other
When I was
cool
in 5th
stuff
grade,
too.
you were only in 3rd grade.
That is true.
I didn't hang out with girls in 3rd grade when I was in 5th grade. But when I was in 9th grade, I hung out with a lot of girls that were in 7th grade.
And why is that?
I don't know. They thought
Let's talk about something else, though.
Okay, let's talk about our shirts. By the way, hello everyone. Today is Joy.
Joy.
I'm wearing a shirt that makes me feel really great. It's kind of an oxymoron. I'd kill for a Nobel Peace Prize. It's kind of like that old thing where I used to have a bumper sticker that said "Death to all fanatics." And then this shirt really makes us happy because
we got this in Paris.
in 2007.
And you know what else happened in Paris?
I ate a lot of crepes.
Yes, and what else happened in Paris?
We went to Notre Dame.
And what else happened in Paris? I'm thinking this, big, tall, famous
we spent
tower.
$90 on appetizers in the restaurant and $15 on a glass of wine.
That's true. Okay.
We had steak tartare.
Yes, we did.
And I think that I proposed to Angelina on my knee at the Eiffel Tower.
Under the Eiffel Tower. Yes.
That was cool.
That was joy.
That was a great 3 days.
Yes. So today we are talking about joy.
Joy.
Because that's the daily word. And, this was, when I was reading it yesterday to prepare for today, it was so what I needed to work on in here because I woke up yesterday morning and just not really feeling joyous and motivated. And we'll talk about more of that a little bit later. But we're going to start with a quote.
I was the same way yesterday. I was not feeling joyous. I went out and did a little fishing. And I also got my teeth cleaned. But once that was all over, there was some grief going on. So we'll talk about that later.
Okay, so here is the quote. When life gets you down, you know what you got to do? Just keep swimming.
I love
and
that.
Dory from Finding Nemo says
Thank you, Dory. That's truth. That sometimes just put one foot in front of the other. In 12-step groups, they say do the next right thing, and that'll keep you feeling happy and moving through whatever's going on with you.
Right. So another fun thing about the Dory thing is yesterday, we both kind of feel like we needed a fun day. And we need a little structure. So I said, okay, Armand, so Tuesdays are now going to be Fun Day Tuesday, and we're going to go do something fun. So we decided to go to the Sea Life Aquarium here in Orlando.
We had never been.
And they were very good. Everyone had to wear a mask. Everyone kept 6 feet. You waited in line to go to the next thing. It was very well done. Not a lot of people because it was a Tuesday. It's not a busy day.
We did go to the Sea Life with our good buddy Lee Drury.
Yes.
Shout out to Lee in
Lee.
Scottsdale. That was in Phoenix, or I think it was in Tempe. But yeah, we like this one better. Although the company was better there. Because we were just stuck with each other again.
So anyway, we had fun.
By the way, I'll tell you something else that's fun. When we were in Hawaii in 2018, I got an arm tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
Sleeve. Arm tattoo sleeve.
That's right.
Just put the sleeve on, you got an arm tattoo. It's awesome.
Awesome. All right, so let's get started on the daily word. God, I love you.
I love you more.
Okay. Today's daily word is joy, and it is inspired by Isaiah chapter 35, verse 10. Joy lifts me. I am invigorated by a feeling of happiness deep within me. My heart is buoyant as I am lifted into the flow of joy. Who's more buoyant than Armand? I don't think anyone is. He is so buoyant.
I'm not feeling grief.
When I live in a state of joy, I realize that all my needs are met and my supply is abundant. As I release all of my burdens from the past and concerns about the future, I am set free to flow in a living current of joyful expression. The flowing spirit of joy is my absolute delight that I cannot wait to share. My newfound energy enlivens me and centers me in a deep awareness of well-being. The joy in my heart overflows, and I make time during this day to share my joy with everyone I meet through acts of service and other considerate and thoughtful gestures. I immerse myself in the living presence of joy.
Oh, everlasting joy shall be upon their heads. They shall obtain joy and gladness, and sorrow and sighing shall flee away. Isaiah. Isn't that the name of this hurricane?
Isaiah.
Ooh, Isaiah.
And Armand, you're saying, why do you feel grief now? You're because your true self is joy.
My true self is joy, and one of the things that keeps me from feeling joy is not allowing myself to grieve the things of the day. And I think I've been grieving for the last couple of days the state of America and the world, but mostly America, how divided we are, how confusing things are, how up in the air things are, from personal stuff all the way to Congress now arguing and discussing over what's going to happen with unemployment. It's funny because most of the time politics have not really affected me personally. I felt empathetic for those that were affected, minorities that were affected by laws, poor people that were affected by taxation stuff and all that. But I never really felt like I was affected much. My life was pretty much the same, regardless of what kind of decisions were made. But now that we're on unemployment, our life is very, very much affected by the pandemic bonus and things like that.
Right.
I say it's affected. It's affected in the small picture. The truth is all of our money comes from source with a capital S. So it doesn't matter what source with a small s it comes from or how it comes from the small source. It's just will always come from source with a capital S with all the different small source S's. Small S sources. Oh, God, I've been drinking.
Okay, so we're going to do another quote.
Oh, good. I love quotes.
Joy.
I love quotes.
Joy does not simply happen to us. We have to choose joy and keep choosing it every day. And that's
So
very true.
So true, because that other stuff tries to sneak in. And it's not that it's wrong when it tells you what's happening in the world, or it's saying, hey, guess what? You should feel bad about this. But we're really, it doesn't serve us to sacrifice our joy for the external stuff. I've been doing a lot of fishing lately, and I know part of it is to escape from having to look at my grief. And it's just easier when I'm having fun. And yesterday when Angelina and I went and had fun, I told her, I said, I really feel like this is an escape and that I'm going to have to deal with this. And today, after I got back from fishing, I got to deal with it. And it was awesome. It moved its way through my body.
Right, release.
It's kind of like vomiting. If you feel like you need to vomit and you don't, you won't feel good, but once you allow yourself to do it, it's over. Anyway, enough of that. We're back to joy. Let's ask our friend about how she's doing. Alexa, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. On this day in 1914, the country's first electric traffic light was installed in Cleveland, Ohio. And shortly after that, the following exclamation was first uttered. Move it, buddy. The light's green.
Rock on, Cleveland!
Right.
My past wife was from Cleveland.
That's right.
She just got married recently, and we sent her a nice wedding gift.
We did.
Awesome.
We love you, Jill.
Shout out to Jill.
All right. I think we're maybe going to just...
Talk about maybe last Sunday.
Okay, let's talk about last Sunday.
So last Sunday we got to be at a new church. It's a new incarnation of Center for Spiritual Living in Tampa Bay. I've been to 2 or 3 different versions of it with different ministers, but the new one now is the Center for Spiritual Living in Tampa Bay. And we got to be there with Reverend Lane and social distancing. And there were about 25 or 30 people there, all spread apart, everybody wearing masks, which was awesome. Whether you agree with masks or not, it's kind of cool when you are in a public place when everybody's wearing them, some sort of cohesiveness and mutual respect. Even if you don't think they necessarily do anything, do it anyway, just for now. When we have more information, we can make different choices. No politicians were harmed in that problem. Speaking of which, politicians, Monday night, we dropped a new episode of the Purple Evolution podcast. You can watch it on any of your podcast stations. And this one was on, I don't remember what it was on. It was on words, purple words that can be more dividing, words that can be more uniting. And so that's out.
Cool.
So let's right. What else we got going on here?
I think we're going to do our little fun thing.
I like it. Get your thing all queued up, and I will put that music on for you. But you have to get that ready for me, my love.
Okay, so yesterday I woke up feeling not very joyous. I didn't want to meditate, didn't want to get out of bed. So for some reason, as I laid in bed, I thought, what sounds bring me joy? And the first thing that came to me was laughter. When I hear a bunch of laughter, it just makes me feel very joyous, and I want to laugh too. And then I thought of all those birds that sing first thing in the morning, cardinals especially. That just made me smile. So I thought we'd use our 5 senses to bring us joy.
I like that. We're going to use our 5 senses to bring us joy.
That's right. All right, so we are going to name 2 things that the sense of sound brings us joy.
Okay, what about you?
So another thing that brings me joy with sound is the rain on the roof when you're like laying down on bed and the light thunder in the distance. I don't know why, but that just really makes me feel joy and peaceful.
I like that too.
And then the second thing is Armand's voice.
Hi there. All right. Let me give you my smolder. All right, I like hearing the theme song to the opening credits of a movie, especially a Disney movie. Da-da-da. And I also love to hear people screaming on thrill rides because I know they're really actually having fun.
All right, 2 things that the sense of sight can bring us joy. So mine is being in nature and seeing beautiful landscapes, be it mountains, oceans, sunsets, clear starry nights. And then the second one would be Armand's beautiful face.
Oh, you're so sweet. I like watching the opening credits of a Disney movie. And I also love the waves that are potentially boogie board waves when I'm at the beach. When I see those waves, I go, oh, I'm getting out there. I want to be part of that. That's going to bring me joy.
Okay, 2 things that the sense of smell brings us joy. I would say like the flowers, the gardenias and stargazers have such a beautiful, beautiful smell. I love that. And then the sense of smell, the other one would be Armand's. No, there's nothing, Armand, of your smells that can bring me joy.
Okay.
Oh, Armand.
That smells like, okay, so my 2 things that bring me joy, especially in Florida, is when I hear when I smell the night blooming jasmine, when I go for walks or I come back from my tennis playing. And the other thing is when Angelina's cooking, she almost always starts with butter and onions and garlic, and it just gets me in my Italiano ways. Shout out to my fellow Italians out there, Dana Agnolini, how you doing? Forget about it. Hey, you don't worry about it.
All right. Okay, 2 things that the sense of taste bring joy. For me, it would be pralines and cream ice cream.
Oh, wait.
I'm Snicker bars.
Yankee. Pralines.
Oh, pralines and cream.
That's how we say it in Louisiana.
And then the second thing would be Armand's kiss.
Oh. Okay, taste. Let's keep it clean. Wild turkey, American honey. Oh man, that is so good. All you need is a tablespoon of it, and it just fills your mouth with joy. And fresh, ripe mango. My dear friend, Karen Delamar, shout out to Karen in Stewart. She gave us 5 beautiful mangoes the other day when we hung out with her, and they have been amazing. One of them had a coconut flavor. It was really homely looking, like an ugly duckling, and when we cut into it, it was the best one of all. It tasted like coconut mango custard. Go figure.
I think
Thanks,
that's
Karen.
The most exotic fruit, right?
No, it's you.
Okay, and two things that the sense of touch brings us joy. So mine would be petting Mr. Kitty or any other cat or dog. And then the second one would be holding Armand's hand.
So, the sense of touch that brings me the high joy is number one, feeling a bass strike my lure, which today one did. He got off, but man, it was a big one. I'm trying to take pictures. I even have a little scale, and so I was able to weigh one of them. It was 3.17 pounds, and I also weighed a little one I caught the other day was 1.25 pounds. But one day I'm going to bring one home and clean it up and cook it for Angelina for breakfast, which is what I used to do when I was a little kid for my dad and my little baby brother. The other thing that I love that is a feel is Angelina's hands on my body giving me a back rub, which she did last night, which was really awesome. So here we go.
So that are the 5 senses of joy. Have fun with that and just sit with what those senses would be for you.
Yeah.
Right?
We'll see you next time.
That's right.
Bye.
Bye.